Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. I'm on a mission to get it all. Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. If you ain't thick, please don't get involved.
And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
What is poppin' Monday morning? Woo! That's Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. If you're not caught up on The Last of Us, there's a great Mortal Kombat reference in there. Did you watch last night's episode? A lot of people were complaining, it was boring. Oh my God. Sorry there's not monsters every episode. Those are the same people like, I need more Marvel movies. The Whale sucked. Where's the superheroes? It's like, God damn it, what's wrong with society? The Whale's good, man. The Whale's good. What's poppin', fam? It is Monday morning, February 27th. Man, February's flying fast, huh?
Yeah, this year's flying fast.
It is, isn't it? This year
it's already almost March. It's basically March.
Especially March, Jen. It's my birthday month. And yours. Same day?
Yeah.
Wow, look at us, dude.
How old same day?
I'm going to be 38.
38? Dude, I'll be big 40. 40's the new 20, though. 40's the new 20.
Yeah.
I'm so young. So young, dude. It's like that Will Burkhart, who's always, he was with me in, he was with me in Bakersfield, and he's with us at the Ice House. The Ice House just reopened. They've been open 6 days when I played there. They're back with vengeance. Burkhart, he's with me. So funny, dude. But I think I don't know, he's like 24. Posted a picture. I took a picture and I'm like, dude, look, we're just two young bucks trying to make it in this game. Look, we're so young. I just text him like, every time I text him, like, dude, we're so young. This is crazy, dude. He doesn't really play the game. He's like, yeah, dude, we're so young. I'm like, all right, well, you know I'm 40, right? Yeah, he's so young. He's crushing them, man. So fucking funny. Really, really good dude. I think he's with me in Brea too. Yeah, he's crushing it. Really good dude. I'm in Brea this Friday, March 3rd, Brea, California. The Brea Improv, March 3rd. 2 shows, 1 night only. Be me and some special guests. And the reason why I had to cancel the other shows is because Saturday, March 4th, you think I would want to be anywhere else besides Thick Boy Studios doing a Calabasas fight campaign for Jon Jones' return? I had to. It's rare I cancel dates. I never do. I had to. It's Jon Jones. It's the GOAT. The best to ever do it is back at heavyweight. It's going down this Saturday. I just had to reschedule those 2 shows in Brea. Your boy had to do it. Brea, sorry. You guys, if you want tickets, see me Friday night. But Saturday, I had to do what I was born to do, and that's talk trash to my friends and watch and drink whiskey with nicotine in my mouth. With Chen, Casey, and George, and so a few special guests. We have a great lineup for the companion. Now, back-to-back companions, a lot of work for your boy. Yesterday's was 4 hours. 4 hours. Thank God for the talent on the show. 4 hours for Tommy Fury, Jake Paul, which we'll get into. But hold that note, because this Saturday, we have another special Calabasas fight campaign for UFC 285, Jon Jones, Ciryl Gane. You got the one, the only, the biggest man, no pun necessary there, the biggest man in country music, period. It is Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll is in studio. And then you also have the freaking MVP of Fight Companions, Rampage Jackson. Then we got a very special guest. He's flew all the way from Nashville, Tennessee. He's on a popular podcast called Bussin' with the Boys. And he is blowing up right now. I think he's a free agent as far as the NFL goes. He played for the Raiders, Washington, the Titans. He's bouncing all over. But he's my brother from a more athletic mother. It is Will Compton from Bussin' with the Boys. So that is your lineup. Rampage Jackson, Jelly Roll, and Will Compton. That's going to be a fun one. For Jon Jones' return, son, busting with the boys, busting nuts in our pants, right? Hell yeah. So let's get right into the fights, man. Ooh, so you had the companion, Calabasas Fight Companion. You can watch it right now. It's available right now on Thick Boy YouTube. Tommy Fury, Jake Paul. Man, this is what's wrong with boxing. The timing and the production is so slow and it's so unorganized. The commentating was awful. That's why you guys tuned into us. But just everything was so slow, so delayed. It was just not well done. I think the overall from top to bottom was over 5 hours, which is just too long for anything. For anything. I mean, the Super Bowl's not that goddamn long. The Super Bowl. The World Cup's not that long. But Jake Paul, Tommy Fury, you make people wait 5 hours. So, it is what it is. Next time we do one of these, especially when it comes to boxing, we'll probably start, when they say, main card starts, let's say, for example, 7 p.m., we probably won't start till 8:30 now. Give at least a 90-minute delay because boxing just doesn't have their shit together. How they haven't took any lessons from how the UFC production does it is insane. Like, that's why the UFC overtook everything, because they're a well-oiled machine. You know how things are going to go, man. It's boom, 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 like clockwork. These guys, I'm like going to Jake Paul's locker room, he's still putting on his freaking walkout gear, But so let's get to the fight. I predicted last week, if you watch the show, Jake Paul under 4 rounds. Listen, whenever you're predicting two young bucks, like a Tommy Fury who has 8 fights, Jake Paul who has 7 fights now, I guess Tommy has 9 and Jake has 7 now, you can't really guarantee anything. It'd be tough to bet on this fight. So I think you saw Drake put like $700,000 on Jake Paul. Obviously, that's just a promotional thing. But if you were he definitely didn't do that. That's all fake. Figure it out, everybody. But if you were gonna, these things are tough to bet on because Tommy Fury and Jake Paul, we don't know the evolution of their game, where they're going to be at. They're advancing so fast and they're learning so fast on the fly and they're working their tails off. So it's hard to predict a fight, right? It's hard to predict a fight of that caliber because it's not a Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, these guys who include their amateur careers that have over 100 fights, or it's not a Jon Jones, Alexander Gustafsson, something like that, or a Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, who have extensive amateur backgrounds, and in the pros we've seen them fight over 20 times. You're talking about these guys who, their first fights, they're not fighting the best caliber fighters. So obviously there's huge holes in their games, but you don't know how much they're training, how much they're going to advance. And by any degree of, if you're a trained boxing eye and you watch Tommy Fury's previous fights, it would be hard to predict that Tommy Fury, even though he's the first boxer Jake Paul fought, it'd be hard to predict that Tommy Fury was going to fight to that caliber. It'd be hard to predict that he was that talented, that well-rounded, and could actually dismantle Jake Paul based off his previous fights. His last fight, he looked, even Ryan Garcia said himself, and Ryan was, so to me, the MVP of the companion.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a young kid. It's the first time doing companion. It's 4 hours. He didn't even eat. He was intermittent fasting. I thought he was going to pass out. He was great. His knowledge, obviously, he's a monster when it comes to boxing. Just he fit right in, wasn't trying to step on people's jokes and didn't interrupt, and just brilliant boxing mind. Just a good, solid kid, man. Such a good person. Yep. Shout out to Ryan Garcia, who has a huge fight coming up against Tank Davis. But as he was saying, looking at Tommy's last fight and even the fight previous to that, man, you were like, oh man, this is gonna be a nightmare for Tommy Fury, and he just didn't show the improvement that Jake did from fight to fight. So what are you going to do? You got 2 young bucks going in there, and going into the fight, Howie and I both said on Companion, like, loser gets their pink slip. Loser's out. Loser has to leave boxing. If Tommy knocked out Jake, Jake has to leave. If Jake knocks out Tommy, Tommy has to leave. That's not the case here. I think I would like to see a rematch. I agree with the scorecards. I'm biased for sure. I don't know Tommy any facet. His brother's my favorite fighter in any combat sport. I absolutely love Tyson Fury, but I'm not biased when it comes to the family. I don't, it's whatever. But I love his brother. For Jake is a buddy. Do know Jake and Logan, so completely biased there, 100%. And I think Jake trains his ass off. I get why he gets the hate, but also it's a little too much. But that being said, take my biased opinion out of this, and I wasn't even that drunk. Like, looking at it, I was like, you might give Jake 2 rounds. Looking back on it, when he had that knockdown, that was for sure his round. Outside that, you might be able to find him another. Maybe being generous, you give him 3. They took a point from Tommy too. That ref should never work a major boxing fight again. Hey ref, it ain't about you. That ref, after the fight was like, make sure you subscribe to my page. You're like, what the hell is going on here? He's like, make sure you get that skinny tee, y'all. Promo code dumbest ref in the game. Let's take a little break from all this chat of the GOAT. Jon Jones coming back. Brea, see you this Friday. 2 shows, 1 night in Brea, California. That's Brea Improv this freaking Friday, March 3rd. Now I'm in Oklahoma City, March 9th through the 11th. Tacoma, Washington, March 23rd through the 25th. Get your tickets at thiccboy.com. This episode of The Schaub Show is brought to you by my friends at DraftKings. After 3 years away from the octagon, the pound-for-pound GOAT, Jon Jones Bones, is back. UFC 285 is here. And get in on his title bout against Ciryl Gane and all the action on the fight card with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC. New customers can bet just $5 on a pre-fight money line and get $150 in bonus bets if your fighter wins. All DraftKings customers can join the excitement in the octagon with DraftKings same-game parlays, combine multiple UFC 285 bets into one for a shot at even bigger payout. Listen, man, there's some fun favorites on here. I would bet all my money on Bo Nickel to get the job done via a finish. Your fight of the night's Gamrot, Jalen Turner might want to stay away from that one. Shevchenko, Alexa Grasso. I think Shevchenko has something to prove. She's also a favorite. But you could parlay Jon Jones, Shevchenko, Shavkat, and Bo Nickel and make some bank, bro. Do it. Download the app. Use code SCHAUB, SCHAUB show. New customers can bet just $5 on a pre-fight money line and get $150 in bonus bets if your fighter wins. This Saturday at DraftKings Sportsbook with the code SCHAUB, SCHAUB show. Minimum age eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. DraftKings. Get your draft on. Listen up here, fellers and ladies. I only recommend products that I actually use on a daily basis, whether it's on its supplements, whatever it is. DraftKings, I only bet with DraftKings, and I only use Happy Hippo Kratom because the only Kratom I actually will only use. I use their concentrated shots. Took one before I did this show. This is the sour apple. I like the butterscotch right now. Butterscotch-ish, right? They're trying their best. Sour apple is pretty tasty. I think it's blue raspberry one's fantastic. But if you want Kratom that can actually trust what's in the actual bottle and however you want to get it, I use the concentrated shots. But they have gummies. They have powders. They got it all, man. Listen, if you got a busy schedule, you need to get stuff done. You need to get focused. You need to be the optimal version of yourself. Let Kratom help you get there, all right? All right? You get nice and warm. It's balanced. You get a good mood feeling. It's fantastic. My favorites, like I told you, this is the sour apple concentrated shot. I like the butterscotch as well. Try whatever you want. However you want to get your Kratom, do it with Happy Hippo. Their Kratom is a hidden gem. It's my limitless pill. Go to happyhippo.com. Promo code is THICC23. Thick with 3 C's. THICCC23. Promo code is THICC23. Use that as many times as you want. Share it with your friends, your aunt, your uncle, your MySpace friends, whoever you want to use it, use it. THICC23, 20% off, happyhippo.com. Best Kratom on the planet. Let's get back to the program. Yeah, so this is MMA fighting. Mm-hmm. They know fighting. Round 1, 10-9 Fury. Agree. Round 2, 10-9 Paul. Okay, let's give him that one. I disagree, but let's give him that one. Mm-hmm. Round 3, 10-9 Paul. Interesting. Round 4, 10-9 Fury. Round 6, 10-8 Fury. Round 9.
No, so it's round 6 is 9-9 overall, 57-55 Fury. Then round 7 is 10-9 Fury overall, 67-64 Fury. Then round 8, 10-8
Paul. Yeah, I can see that.
Yep. And
then the official decision was 74-75, 76-73, 76-73. Yeah, I agree. 76-73 is fine. Let's see. Fury talks about how hard it was dealing with all the injuries, adversity. I thought it was cute. He dedicated to his daughter Bambi. The more I sit with Bambi, I'm liking it. The more I sit to this little British Bambi with her daddy's blue eyes, that's gonna be a cute fucking kid. Mm-hmm. And their mom's a dime piece. Shout out to them, man. I have actually so much more respect for Tommy Fury. Remember, I was introduced to him. I'm sure a lot of the way the fan base was introduced to Jake Paul. Like the first time you're introduced to him, that's how you know them. So for Tommy Fury, that's the guy from Love Island. That's the handsome bastard with shoulders for days and that freaking bronze skin that just won't quit, daddy. And the blue eyes with the dime piece girl, that's how I know him. You know, that's how I was first introduced to him. And they said he boxed. I was like, I looked him up. I was like, at the time, I think he was like 3-0. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's not a real boxer. That's just a fine ass dude with a big old wiener, right? And then with Jake Paul, a lot of people, I would assume like, oh, that's the YouTuber, that's the Disney kid, you know. So that's why people can't get over it. Like, oh, he has a beard and all these tattoos. Now we're supposed to take him serious. So that's where people they have those narratives and they just can't fathom. Oh my God, people change and want to do different things. I thought he was gonna stay at Disney. You can't have a beard at Disney, dude. Come on. Casey can't work there. He got fired. He has a beard. I could work there. They're like, yeah, your beard's shit. You can work here, dude. So Tyson, what he says, Tommy says, I had a vision I would win this fight. No one believed me. He says that the diarrhea championship belt he has over his shoulder was like fighting for a world title. That's how you say it.
I don't know.
It is. I'm telling you. Ask about Paul's rematch clause 3. He says he's open to it. That's what Paul wants. Here's my thing with that. So I do think Tommy won the fight. What else are they going to do? Like, if you think about the trajectory of their careers, it's like, remember, that although their fame outweighs their talent and their demand, if you're Tommy, at the end of the day, he only has 8 fights. Then he did win a decision over Jake Paul, who's been fighting for 3 years. So he goes, I think I proved I deserve to be in main event. I can hang in the main event spot now. I can deal with the pressure. It's like, sure. But you're not going to go fight the big boys. Like, that's not in his future. He's years and years and years away from that. And also, I think with his fame and family, it's probably not his path. So I think these two need each other. A rematch is exactly what they should do. Mm-hmm. And then if Jake were to win, then you get a trilogy. I think it would sell pretty decently too. I think both, whether you're a Jake Paul fan or a Tommy Fury fan, you both walked away like, I like both of them. Like, that's how I walked. And I didn't dislike Tommy. I just didn't think his boxing was as good as he showed on Sunday morning at 11 a.m. here in California. But he surprised me, man. He looked good. Great game plan. The uppercut was there all day. So I think these two need each other, because when you look at the landscape, especially in boxing, don't forget it. They're in the boxing lane, but they're in the fast lane. Well, boxing's here, like, at Ryan Garcia, and he's fighting Gervonta Tank Davis. Like, that's a high level. That's real fucking boxing, man. I'm not saying they're not boxers and they shouldn't get respect, but they're on the same path as a Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, Canelo, Tyson Fury, Usyk. Like, it's just different, right? But there's clearly a lane there, but they need each other. But mixed into that fast lane that they're in, I could see, a Nate Diaz, Tommy Fury would be cool. Logan Paul's out there if he wants to, kind of be the big brother and redeem himself, and redeem the family. I could see that narrative working. I could see a rematch with Jake, and if Jake were to lose that one, then Logan comes in and they have that narrative. And here's the thing, everybody's making money. Tommy's making all the money, supporting his family. Because they do have to be careful, and I'm kind of a victim of it too. As fast as Jake was improving, right? I think we finally saw the reality of where he's at. Even though he says he has injuries, felt sick, sure. I think we saw the reality is that he only does have 7 fights. So this narrative that, he did beat Anderson. Anderson's older and he looked phenomenal that night. If Jake, how would you pick Jake versus Nate after seeing that chin? I would probably pick Nate.
Yeah, that performance. He did look a little off, though.
He did. He looked tired in the first round. Yeah. His mental didn't seem there. He didn't look on at any point. The right hand was very loopy. There was no feints. His biggest reason why he won that Anderson fight was his feints and the dirty box inside. He was grabbing a lot. It looked like he had 7 fights. Yeah. Where when he only had 6 fights, he looked like he had 20 fights. So it's tough to bet on these things. It's tough to predict these things. So I think for Jake, the Nate fight is still there. I think Nate would give him a world of trouble now. The Conor fight maybe down the road. I think those things are still there for these guys. I don't think it's going to hurt his next fight if he were to fight a Tommy or a Nate. You know, I think a lot of people are going to tune in and see him lose now that he's lost. And maybe there's a little pressure off him too, where, he felt like he had to keep winning. I think he's going to realize that, all right, you lost a decision. Maybe you thought you won, whatever. You'll be okay, man. It's the fight game. People take losses. You'll be okay. If he wants to. Now to me, we'll see, Jake, who has all the money in the world, makes all the money in the world off YouTube and his Instagram and his network. He has like a sports network now and his own TV show and his merch. Kid's crushing it. Mm-hmm. Now we see how bad he wants to be a boxer. Trust me, fighting is the best sport in the world. When you're knocking dudes out, you're undefeated. And everyone's like, yo, you're the best, man. It's the best sport in the world. When you lose, it's the worst. And at least he didn't get knocked out because that's a different type of loss. But he losing this and obviously he's getting a ton of shit online. Now we're going to see how bad Jake wants it. Now your career actually begins. Because when you're knocking dudes out and winning, sure, anybody can do that. But a real fighter gets knocked down, and it's how you, like you said, define me off my losses, not my wins. So, for a guy to lose and you're facing a little adversity and maybe, you're thinking about your training camp, you're thinking about how far you have to go. Let's see what he does. See if he, picks up his boots, laces them on, and hits the road. If I'm him, I'm posting a video today of me training. That's what I do. This is how bad I want it. Hopefully Tommy gives me the rematch. If not, Nate, what's up? And the story of Logan's out there. But they're all in the same world. Logan, Nate, Conor, which is a little bit of a stretch. He's under contract with UFC. But all those guys are kind of under this same umbrella in that fast lane boxing entertainment lane where they all need each other. No, hey, Tommy, don't get crazy and try jumping out of the lane and fighting, a big name. Don't be cool. Be cool. Jump in the lane, make all the money, all right? Where we all got under 10 fights. It's a 10-fight club, right? 10-fight club. 10-fight club, millionaire club, though. Stay in the lane. Don't get all froggy and try to jump out of the lane. Be cool, man. We all need each other, So it was entertaining, though. The rest of the card was whatever. It's a bunch of people you never heard of besides Badu Jack. That's the problem with boxing. It is what it is. It is what it is. But this weekend, you're going to get a fight. You're going to get a great card. It's worth every freaking dime. And I don't know what the UFC is charging these days. But, you have Jon Jones returning, after a 2-year layoff?
I think it was
almost 3?
Yeah, I think it was 3.
So you have a 3-year layoff, and he's returned to heavyweight. Now, if it was anybody else with a 3-year layoff fighting a Ciryl Gane and his athletic ability, and he's been, active and relevant, I would say, what are they doing? How are you not going to give a guy a warm-up? Well, when you're considered the greatest of all time by most, people, and also the president of the UFC calls him the greatest of all time, there's no warm-ups. I would have liked to see him get a warm-up, see how he did at heavyweight, see how he moves at heavyweight, see how his cardio is. Like a Tai Tuivasa would have been fun for him. Even a Stipe would have been good for him. Now, I'm not saying those guys, or even a Derek Lewis type of guy, those would bring great.
So many.
There's so many names what I think they could toss him just so we could see him out and then go for a title shot. The UFC's like, nah, man, Francis is out. We need to figure this whole thing out. Who knows how many fights you have left? You're fighting out of all the guys. It's the worst matchup possible for you. Now, worst matchup possible because stylistically, he's a better striker. Technically, with his kickboxing background, he's a better striker. He's also more athletic than Jon. That being said, also stylistically, he's the weakest grappler in the top 10 by far. Like you look at his entire resume, especially his last, no. He hasn't fought one grappler. The best grappler that he's fought, this is going to be insane. These are the words coming out of my mouth. The best grappler that he's fought is a man named Francis Ngannou. And Francis had one leg and took him down multiple times and controlled him. What do you think Jon's going to do to him, fam? And listen, I'm a Ciryl Gane fan. He's amazing to watch. I do think if Jon didn't go to heavyweight, he'd be your champ for quite some time until I think my boy from England comes back, Aspinall.
Oh, Tom Aspinall.
I think Tom's going to be your champ eventually. Even if Jon's running there, Jon needs to be careful because depending on how many fights Jon has, Tom's going to come back, he'll get one fight, and then it's a title shot. He has the athletic ability and the grappling and the power to give Jon some fits. But take him out of the equation right now. the worst matchup possible for him is Ciryl Gane because of his movement, his athletic ability. He doesn't move like a heavyweight. And for your first fight at heavyweight, you're fighting a heavyweight that moves like a middleweight. So if you are a betting man, that's what you would bet on, that Jon can't get him down. He's too athletic. He's too strong. Jon's not strong enough at heavyweight. Then you're also banking on the version of Jon that we saw 3 years ago, where if you look at Jon's resume, you know, he's beat the who's who. There's a reason why he's the best to ever do it. His level of difficulties by far trumps anybody's resume in the pound for pound list. But if you are banking on Ciryl Gane win this fight, you're looking at Jon's record. Go, all right, Dominic Reyes, I thought he lost that fight. I don't, you know, I'll have a conversation with anybody. You know, nobody got robbed, but most of the fan base think Dominic Reyes won that fight. Thiago Santos, split decision. Some people thought he lost that fight. The Anthony Smith fight. Then, you know, Alexander Gustafsson did work on the DC, was overturned by the California State Athletic Commission. He beat OSP. That was a rough fight for him. Then Daniel Cormier was a great one. Glover Teixeira, a great one. Alexander Gustafsson, the first time UFC 165. Sorry, Jon, I stole the limelight on that one because I choked out Matt Mitrione. Everyone's talking about me and not you, but whatever. And then, you know, Chael Sonnen, Vitor Belfort, Rashad Evans, Lyoto Machida, Quentin Rampage Jackson, Shogun Rua. Again, I stole the limelight from Jon because I knocked out Crow Cop. That was UFC 128. Jon, I apologize. Before that was Ryan Bader, then Vladimir Matyshenko, Brandon Vera, beat the brakes off Matt Hamill. Again, stole the limelight there because I got knocked out by Roy Nelson, so I'm apologize. It's just a reoccurring theme, right? I keep stealing the limelight from the greatest to ever do it, and here we are. I'm talking, he's fighting this weekend, so he still wins. But when you look at Jon's resume, it's he's the Alabama Crimson Tide of fighting. He's in the SEC. All these other guys are in the Pac-12. So, you know, if you're banking on Ciryl Gane, you're banking on the version of Jon that showed up the last fight, which is in 2020, February 8th. Damn, yeah, it'll be over 3 years by the time he jumps in there. So Jon's only 35. At heavyweight, that's not old. You got to bank on, too, if you're a Ciryl Gane fan, that Jon is still in that mode of he's done enough. He's the greatest of all time. He hasn't been working that much, and there's going to be some ring rust, and Ciryl Gane's athletic ability is going to light him up on the feet, and this will be a kickboxing match. I am not in that line of thinking. I think Jon is going to take him down and do his thing and get him in that crucifix and elbow his French face like pate. That's what I think is going to happen. Whether it's in the first round, second round, third round, it's going to happen. Fourth and fifth, I don't think Ciryl Gane makes it that long. So I'd say Jon gets a finish under 3. I see Jon either ramming his face in a pate in the first 3, or he gets him down. Ciryl Gane, who's not a natural grappler, gives Jon his back, going to stand up, and Jon chokes him out with rear naked choke. But either way, Jon gets done via elbows, TKO, or submission rear naked choke. That's how I see it go down. Or standing like he did against Lyoto Machida. I think it's, you know, against the clinch. I think Ciryl Gane, even though he likes to stay on the outside and use his footwork and pick guys apart, and he's fine with win decisions, Ciryl Gane's his grappling's not good. His Muay Thai and his inside work is good with his elbows. He likes to get close and use elbows. Well, Ciryl Gane's definitely good, probably the best at heavyweight in that grappling distance, in that striking in close counter kind of distance with elbows. But Jon's the best to ever do it inside, and he's very, very strong. I guarantee you Ciryl Gane has not faced somebody as strong as Jon Jones. But he fought Francis Ngannou. I know. I think Jon Jones, as far as overall grappling, using his strength, angles, Jon Jones the strongest to ever do it. I think he absolutely mops the floor with Ciryl Gane. It's just how it is. That's how this goes down, you know? Let's take another little break here because, man, y'all ever ate like a THC gummy, you don't know what's in it, or you've ate like an edible and you're like, man, I am so high right now, it's not even fun. This isn't what I want to do here. And you don't know who you can trust, what you can do. Well, my friends at Mood got you covered, man. Whether you're new to cannabis or an old pro like some of those potheads out there, there's no denying that many of the products on the market seem a little iffy, a little sketchy at best. And when you want to relax, iffy is the last you want to feel. It's the last thing you want to think before you get a little buzz going. Mood puts an end to all the guessing games. It's 100% federally legal Delta 8 and Delta 9 THC you can have shipped straight to your door. No doctors, No waiting, just affordable, legal THC. It's good, man. You need to unwind. You got some anxiety, or I like to use it just to wind down at the end of the night. Helps me fall asleep. I don't wake up groggy or hungover. None of that stuff. All right. Mood offers federally legal forms of THC extracted from hemp plants. All of their products are regularly third-party tested in Drug Enforcement Agency registered labs, sourced from small family farms grown organically. The experts at Mood have tested and tailored different strains for specific moods. What are you looking for? Energized? We got you. Creative? We got you. Focus, say less. Other moods, euphoric, erotic, sleepy, what your boy likes. Chill, social, whatever you're looking for. They have a whole gamut of products to get you exactly where you need to get. All right? However you like to take THC, Mood has you covered. Great for both the beginners and the veterans out there. Great tasting gummies, which I prefer. Classic flower, convenient pre-rolls, and so much more. Ready for a good time without the guesswork? Gotcha. Order your THC products from Mood today. That's MOOD today. And for 20% off your first order and free gummies. What's up? Free gummies. Go to Hello Mood. That's HELLO Mood, MOOD.com. Use promo code SHAUB, SCHAUB, and you get 20% off your order and free gummies. That's HelloMood.com. Promo code SHAUB, 20% off for free gummies. Before we get back to the program, my long and faithful, the longest brand I've ever been with, because I stick by these guys because what they say they deliver. I'm talking about On It. And if you need the best nootropic on the freaking planet, you can use Alpha Brain. They've sold over 1 million bottles. You've probably heard of it. But have you heard of Alpha Brain Black Label? The highly concentrated for the real go-getters out there. It's going to light your ass up and get your mind right at the same time. And if you don't like pills, say less. They have Alpha Brain Instant. Just boom. All right. Put in 8 ounces of cold water. You're thinking like Elon Musk. Then if you Alpha Brain Focus Shot, boom, little shot. You're ready to go, man. Next thing you know, you're a computer programmer. You can't even spell. It's insane. Alpha Brain. And they're so positive Alpha Brain's going to work. Don't need a return. No return necessary. They give you your money back. Keep the Alpha Brain. Give it to your buddy who's more appreciative. How dare you? It works. They got krill oil, joint oil. They got protein powders, creatine, glutamine, virotech, shroom tech. They got immune stuff for you. They got everything. Workout gear, streaming fitness. You can save 10% off Alpha Brain Black, Alpha Brain Instant, Alpha Brain Shots, regular Alpha Brain. You can do all that. Just go to onit.com/SHAUB, SCHAUB. Get 10% off the entire freaking site. What else are you going to use? onit.com/SHAUB. You save 10% off everything on the site, from training gear to streaming fitness to Alpha Brain Black, kettlebells, primal bells, on-demand workouts, home fitness programs, club and steel maces, home fitness essentials like hard hydro core bags, Onnit sandbags, yoga mats. They got it all. What are you doing? onit.com/SHAUB, 10% off everything I just told you. Now let's get back to the program. But Tom Aspinall is a different animal. He's on the sidelines right now with his knee, which just blew out, but freak accident with our boy there, Curtis Blades. So that's the real test for John. But yeah, overall, if you're a Jon Jones hater, you're banking on ring rust. You're banking on he did get hit at light heavyweight a bunch of times, which you can't do at heavyweight. And you're banking on not using his wrestling because he really hasn't used his wrestling at light heavyweight. Now, I'm under the assumption that John didn't get up for those fights. Those guys did not excite him, especially after the resume and the body of work that he's done. So he didn't train as hard, wasn't into the fight, and as a result of that, you got those kind of half-ass fights. Now I could be completely off, and John, after 3 years, you get ring rust. He looks slow and gets lit the fuck up like a Christmas tree. Maybe, but I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is and take Jon Jones via submission or TKO via elbows, ground and pound, under 3 rounds. Great fucking fight. That's why I had to reschedule the shows and do a fight companion for it. I can't wait, man. John's my favorite to watch. Love the guy. Not outside the octagon. Inside that octagon, he's the best to ever do it. Outside might be the worst to ever do it. But inside, the best. The only one worst would be War Machine, and that's a far cry for worst. Yes. Tried to kill a girl.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the card's tasty. It's worth your money. You got Shevchenko, Alexa Grasso. That one's interesting because Shevchenko, a lot of people thought she lost her last fight. Grasso is a savage on the ground, has good boxing. But I would predict Shevchenko does get it done. You have Neil and Shavkat,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Shavkat Rakhmonov. Shavkat is a savage. It's a tough fight for Neil. Very tough fight for Neil. But it's also a big step up for Shavdog here, Shavkat. It's a big. I'm gonna call him Shavkat. It's a big step up for Shavkat because he does have a win over my boy Neil. Mm-hmm. But that's just it's a different animal. This Neil is a different animal. He's a lot more explosive, a lot more dangerous. But Shavkat has world champion written all over him. Cat Daddy can get it done. Gamrot, Jalen Turner, probably your fight of the night. In all honesty, I don't think any of those other fights are gonna be a fight of the night. Gamrot, Jalen Turner, phenomenal fight. Definitely deserves its spot on the main card. And then the Great White Hope. One of my favorite fighters, and man, America is banking on this cat. Bo Nickel, no pressure, Bo. Jamie Pickett is fucked. Nothing against Jamie Pickett. I don't care who it is, unless you're in the top 5. Bo Nickel's gonna absolutely wrestle your dick off and submit you. That's how it goes. The kid is the truth. And then your main event for the prelims, you got Cody Garbrandt.
Yep.
I'll take it. Derek Brunson, Duplessis, sign me up. Mm-hmm. I actually think Derek Brunson wins that fight. Julian Marquez, great fighter. That's a fun one. Ian Gary's fighting. He could be your fight of the night easily. Yeah, Jessica Pena on there. But whenever Ian Gary's fighting, that's always. I can't believe he's not at least in the ESPN prelims on ESPN Plus. He's on the UFC Fight Pass ESPN Plus prelims. But Ian Gary's a savage. Savage. Yeah, but it's a great card overall. I have Jon Jones via TKO or submission, like I said, under 3. I have Shevchenko. I'll take Cat Daddy. I'll take Gamrot, and then Bo Nickel via however the fuck he wants. How about that? Suck my dick. What else you got, Chin?
I have a question for you, too.
What, dude?
So
this is I can't remember. I'm fired up for this card.
Dude, we were just talking, me and Case talking earlier. Case said he had a boner for it.
You guys jacked off?
Well, he didn't jack off, but he has a boner.
Hell yeah, dude. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, dude, we're super
I'll
stoked.
do it right now.
No, thanks, dude.
Feeling extra froggy, piss on the sink.
Nope, that ain't happening.
Or shit in it like
Howie.
Like Howie said. Howie went up and he was like, I shit in it.
Crazy. That was such a fun show, dude.
Yeah, so much fun.
Yeah.
Not a bad gig, yeah. Boys, on a Sunday. Anyone mad
we're
to work on a
we're having
Sunday?
Fun.
Yeah, so much fun.
Yeah. So I remember you said you trained with Jon Jones, and he would kind of like mess up heavyweight fighters.
Toy with us.
Right?
I'll tell you names off air, but I mean, rank Hall of Famers and me, whatever you want to place me in that category. I mean, dude. And it'd be Shark Tank. So it'd be John at cutting weight at light heavy, doing God knows what the night before. And we'd be like, oh, we're going to fuck this cat up. And we're all training, like warming up. And he'd be like, gloves. And be like, shin guards. Like, all right, let's go. And they're like, John, you're staying in there for 5 rounds. You guys are fresh. He's like, yeah, that's fine. And one kid was on clear cocaine, was like a Tasmanian devil doing spinning back fists, destroyed him, destroyed me, destroyed the other guy who was a world title fucking contender, destroyed a guy who was a former world champion, like mopped the floor with us. No issues. Zero. No, everyone was like, I don't know what to do. I was like, I don't either. I don't know what the fuck to do. The best I've ever seen. Hands down. I've been around everybody. Never seen somebody like John. Never.
Yeah, so the question is, like a lot of people were saying, is that extra weight gain, does that take away from that stuff that he was able to do with you guys?
Yeah,
like
it's going to take away from his creativity, and also, he has the longest reach. He's tied for the longest reach ever in the UFC with Stefan Struve.
Which is insane.
7 foot. And the UFC would make him fly coach on Spirit Airlines. That's how fucked up it is. But like across seas. Like he'd be like, oh, you live in fucking Amsterdam? Why don't you fly to Vegas on Spirit Airlines in coach all the way in the back? He's like, can I just have at least the plus room? Well, shut your tall mouth, giraffe, get on the goddamn plane. And he would. That's why he retired. His knees were killing him flying.
That's the reason.
Breaking news. Yeah, that's what you got to wonder, is putting on that extra weight and to slow him down. Because also with that reach, he was able to get away with a lot. But if you notice, John, in his prime against Gustafsson, the second Gustafsson, he absolutely mopped the floor with him. But the one that, to be fair, he barely trained against the first Gustafsson. But anytime he fought a guy of same stature and height, he struggled. he struggled. You know, Anthony Smith, taller. Thiago Santos, taller. Dominic Reyes, taller. The nose, he struggled with those guys. Now, he did murk Gustafsson in the rematch. DC murked, and that's a no contest, which now, this is what's crazy. And this, I think that Bo Hightower tweeted this.
Yeah, that up there, too.
It's so interesting. Now, going based off USADA rules, that would not be overturned. So it kind of validates Jon. Now, you can't do that, right? Because then what about Nick Diaz, and you know the weed stuff and all that, or certain guys that got busted, but now it's fine. You can't go back and
no, because at that time, it was illegal.
At that exact time, it was illegal. Yeah. So the no contest is going to stand. But it does give those like me that argue that Jon's the greatest of all time. People go, well, yeah, but PEDs. Yeah, but now he would be in the right.
I'm always going to disagree with that, though, because he still got popped for stuff that should not be in his system. So he did something, you know.
Did he?
Yeah, dude.
Prove it.
Picograms.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but he's definitely, we watch fights forever, you know, since UFC.
His body of work is nothing like it.
Probably the best fighter ever. But I mean,
I would love to hear an argument. The argument would be the only legit argument. Khabib doesn't work. Can't do a long enough reign. Mm-hmm. Jon has more title defenses at light heavyweight,
legit
against the best of the best. He has more title defenses than Ciryl Gane has fights. So I think Jon's experience is really going to show here. Also, Ciryl Gane's never fought a grappler. Ever. Not only is he just fighting a grappler, he's fighting the best to ever do it, the smartest to ever do it. And if you think Ciryl Gane can last 25 minutes with that, I got some beachfront property to sell you in Nebraska. You feel me? You biting, Chin?
I'm not biting. Yeah. I mean, but remember we talked about this before. I think the whole, let's say, you know, we know Jon Jones' skill set, his talent, it's like unmatched, right? He's amazing. But I think if you did take stuff, it's something with your mental, like you're going to be so much more confident. You'll be able to do more things.
For sure.
So if he did that stuff and that was put him over the edge to make him so great. If he doesn't have it, like even though he's super talented, if your mental's not there, like,
yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, there's some, questions going into this fight, but I will still put my money on those questions.
I think now he's just like,
he's a savage.
He's a savage for sure.
His mental game is second to none. He trained like 4 days before he just put Brian Bader in the baby cradle and submitted him. You're like, Jesus Christ, dude, what's wrong with this guy?
Yeah, I remember watching him back in the old days. He was so unique. All of his different
everything.
Strikes.
Touch the takedown, backspin and elbow, oblique kicks. He's the one that started the kick to the knee, savage.
Yep.
Started with open finger, poke in the eye. Right?
He does poke a lot. Yeah,
he'll poke you in the eye.
Who knows if it's accidental? But yeah.
What else you got, dude? Oh, Brendan Allen
there's a few fights over the weekend.
Yeah, Brendan Allen. He's ready for a big test. He submitted Andre Muniz, which is insane. Andre's a savant when it comes to the ground, and Brendan Allen looked phenomenal.
Same spelling as your name, too.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Tatiana
Suarez looked phenomenal. Listen, same thing. They didn't give her any warm-ups. Montana De La Rosa is no punk, and she bullied her. And it's at flyweight. She's lower class than that, weight class-wise. So she went up in weight. When she comes down, her next fight, I'm sure she's going to come down. She's going to be a real problem. She's going to be your champ. As long as she stays injury-free with the neck and the knee, if she can figure that out, she's your champ. Guarantee it. There's nobody else I'd bet on more than Tatiana Suarez.
Yeah.
But that's all predicated on her neck and knee.
She looked great, though, so I think, Then
our boy Jordan Levitt.
Yeah.
You know he's married with kids?
I didn't know that. And dude,
he had great post-fight interviews.
We have it here, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, but no. So that was one where that guy, Adam Mentality World, who follows all the shows, he's the one that asked the question, if this and that, how much sugar is in his tank? Or I forgot what the actual question was. It was super funny. We laughed. So I didn't realize this, but I guess Jordan Levitt's been bullied his entire life.
Because he's like flamboyant.
He's so different. Yeah, he's so different.
He's just different. Here's the thing. Just because you're flamboyant doesn't mean you're a gay man. And even if you are, who gives a shit? I don't give a shit. He's a badass.
Yeah.
Badass. He has his feet up.
I know. Dude, the way he dresses, I'm a big fan.
I'm a fan.
Speech impediment, for being awkward, for being quiet, for being fruity, for being the first openly gay UFC fighter. I've been bullied my entire life. And being bullied off a win does not hurt at all. It's easy to talk crap when you're looking up at somebody, So They can bully me all they want until I lose the next one. Then they better stop, because that's not nice, and free speech shouldn't be legal, you know? I've been bullied. I'm so happy. I'm in a great mood. I look good. I feel good. I performed good. Got hit a little bit more than I should have. But
That's his grandpa Sue, by the way, who passed away.
My last fight isn't me getting teabagged in front of a bunch of drunk degenerates. So I'm pretty good, pretty damn good. I hate losing. I'm so glad that the last fight in my mind is going to be this. It's going to be a dominant win, an impressive showing from me, if I do say so myself, not to be cocky. But I'm very happy. I'm very impressed with myself. I have a lot of emotions.
You know, he's flamboyant. You know what he is? He's a smart guy. That's what he is. He's like that nerdy, like Big Bang Theory. With some little sugar in his tank. Sugar not meaning like wieners. Sugar meaning he's flamboyant, fashionable, badass fighter.
Yeah, he's great. He's such an entertaining person.
I don't know why you'd bully that guy.
I mean
he can also beat anybody who's bullying him up.
Exactly. Also during the weekend, one championship had the rematch.
I know.
John Lineker, Fabricio Andrade. Yeah,
Andrade got it done.
Dude,
John Lineker.
He
looked
did
good.
work against John. Yeah.
And then Danielle Kelly looked phenomenal too. She's a little beast. Mm-hmm. Super beast.
And your boy Todd Duffy. I don't know if you knew this.
I knew he was fighting, but he lost, right?
He lost. So he beat Philip DeFries before, but
in the UFC, right?
just jacked him up here in this fight.
And Todd grew his hair out, looked cool. It was just just didn't get it done. It's a bummer. I love Todd.
Alrighty. This is just a little scoop from. Remember how like Francis Ngannou apparently said it wasn't about the money when his he was doing the negotiations for his contract. I guess Ali Abdelaziz kind of let it be known that he wanted $30 million for fights in the UFC, and that was one of the things.
UFC's like, no.
Yeah.
Number of alleged leaked messages sent by MMA manager Ali.
Hold on.
And was Ali negotiating
over
for
$30
him?
million from his boxing. Hold on.
So I revealed that Francis Ngannou is seeking to make over. So it sounds like he didn't want $30 million from the UFC.
That's what I thought at first.
He was saying he's gonna make over $30 million for his boxing debut. Last month, Dana White confirmed that UFC and Ngannou had failed to reach an agreement, and it was also going to make him the highest paid heavyweight in MMA history. But their failure to agree on co-promoting a boxing for Francis led to the talks breaking down. Interesting. So I'll tell you right now, what's next for him is Deontay Wilder. He doesn't have a fight coming up. He wants to do the fight. Tyson Fury has Usyk. That is no joke. Usyk's Ukrainian. He's fighting for Ukraine. They're obviously under a lot of pressure. Fucking Usyk is a monster. Yeah. That's what Tyson Fury needs to focus on. Deontay Wilder, he's down. He's a free agent too. I've heard on the grapevine they've already started talking about contracts and stuff. So that's more realistic than anything. That Tyson Fury is still a distant kind of thing. I do think it happens eventually, depending how Deontay Wilder. Now, if Francis goes in and gets mollywopped by Deontay, Tyson's not going to fight him. For what? So I think for Francis, if he can make that big fuck you $30 million payday off Deontay Wilder, it's also his best chance to not only look good, but get a win. Because Deontay Wilder fundamentally is Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Francis might have better technique. As far as just straight boxing, Deontay Wilder's boxing, even Ryan Garcia was talking about it. Like his foot's off the ground, the technique's not right, but boy, does he hit hard.
Power, yeah.
For Francis, sign me up. A 50-50 fight, against Deontay Wilder, Francis, Deontay, 50-50 are great odds for Francis. Because Francis probably 98.2% against Tyson, 95.5% against Anthony Joshua, odds of winning, not good. Take the Deontay Wilder fight because you can win that one. You beat Deontay, you knock Deontay out, the world's going to go fucking nuts and you make a jagillion dollars. Then the Tyson Fury fight's right there. Fuck MMA. What are we doing?
So it wouldn't be the Deontay doing the MMA and the box. It would just be straight
the MMA
boxing.
It'd be straight boxing and rematch and boxing. I hate when they try to mix the rules. Stop.
I think that was like Deontay's request too.
Yeah, I know. But then
it was weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about this last week, huh? There's rumors about Conor McGregor like kicking people off of Tough that actually were on the show that deserved to be there, but kicked them off to replace them with his own guys.
I heard Dana or Conor took care of the guys that got kicked off.
So that's what Dana White's saying here. Because someone in the press conference asked him, like, is it true? He's like, who gives a shit? he's coming from from Dublin. Like, it's hard to get him here. So he can do what he wants to do, and then we'll take care of the guys.
Yeah.
Basically.
So he said you're trying to get guys to commit to a coach to do the coaching commitment, especially when you live in Ireland. You know what I mean? Yeah, Conor's going to get some things that he wants. Nobody lost an opportunity here. If there were guys that were booked to do that, we'll do something with them. It's not just like, hey, see you later, pal. Good luck to you, you know? Have a good life. We'll figure it out. We'll take care of these guys. So they get UFC contracts, and that's the only reason you go on the show.
Yeah.
Now, you're not going to have the same bump of a Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler run.
I mean, since you actually did the show, if that happened to you, how and you
I'd
got a
be
contract,
furious.
yeah, you'd be like,
I'd be furious.
Yeah.
Furious. Especially at that time, the show was big, and you know if you did well, you get an audience. These guys are banking on that. But if he put you on like the Contender Series, Dan White Contender Series, fair enough. Better than a kick in the nuts and sent home.
Yeah, if you're sent home, that would just be terrible. All right, so we were, well, we kind of covered that already.
We're talking about Bo Hightower. Let me see what he put.
So this is what he put here.
So this is from at Bo Hightower DN. Jon Jones should get reparations for his USADA suspension given the science changed and now tests under 100 picograms per milliliters are not positive anymore, which is what Jon got busted for. None of his positive tests would be a positive under the current rules. His no contest against DC should be restored to a win.
As a win.
The problem is at that time it was illegal.
Yeah, and by the way, he referenced an article that was like in 2019. So he just randomly put this out, and he's homies with Jon Jones as well. Like he's part of the whole Jackson Wink.
Yeah, but he's
team, I
right.
guess. Yeah, that's true. If it was,
He's right.
If it was now, so then Jon Jones replied. He retweeted it, and then he
retweeted
replied
this,
with
too.
this.
I feel officially cleared. There will be no asterisk next to any of my performances. It's good the rest of the world can see what I've known this whole time. My only advantage over my competition has been pure hard work, Chin. And he put Chin on there
I know.
because you're a hater.
I'm not a hater.
A little bit.
Just being real, man.
I think it's part of the game. So it's like even those picograms and the guys who look at the list of guys he's fought.
I know,
Test
I know.
positive. It's like that was the game.
That's why that's the
the
weird
game.
thing. Yeah. All right, moving on.
And
past
you think
that.
everybody's clean now?
No, I think people have.
Hey, Jay, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
You ever seen a French guy as ripped as Ciryl Gane? I'm just saying.
You're not saying that he's doing it, but
No,
it
I'm just
looks a little
saying. I
peculiar.
get some questions.
Yeah.
You ever seen a French guy with a Godsmack tattoo in the middle of their chest?
Who's like gigantic, heavy, but
Yeah.
ripped. Yeah. Hard work, man. Hard work.
Hard work, dedication.
So we talked about the UFC fight that just happened, and Brendan Allen being one of
Brendan
the
Allen,
headliners.
it worked out for him.
Yep,
Shining
he is.
star, raised his profile. Also, that card, if Brendan Allen didn't get that finish, that card was awful.
Yeah.
I was just watching like, Jesus Christ. I actually took a break, watched the movie The Whale, then came back and finished the fight. That's how bored I was.
So, anyways, Ryan Spann, I guess Krylov had to.
He got sick, right?
Yeah, he wasn't able to fight. So then Ryan Spann, this is him talking about his emotions after that. I think John Morgan asked him a question.
Oh, what a nightmare for a fighter. You go through
Yeah.
a whole camp the day of.
And he's not even like worried about himself. He was more concerned about his coaches putting in all that work, you know? So I'll just play a little bit of it.
What's the worst feeling right now?
Well, honestly, I wouldn't call it a wasted camp because we weren't training for this specific
Yeah, you grow and
fight.
get
We're in
better.
champ camp, and the plan was to go back to work Monday either way. So I guess that's what we're going to have to do. So that it isn't wasted. The disappointment comes from me not getting to show off some of the shit that we've been doing. My team.
I think it's emotional here.
Poor guy.
They invested a lot of time in me, and
Yeah, it's tough. I get it.
Yeah, so he was more concerned about his coaches.
But they're going to reschedule like soon, too. That's what Dana said. They're just going to reschedule that. I don't know if it's going to be a main event, but still, at least they'll do it. What's this?
Oh, this was like a. So this guy, he got a point taken away from him for biting someone's finger.
Damn, he
his
bit somebody?
opponent. But he said there was no bite. The guy actually, I forgot the freaking. Versus Rafael Alves. So I guess the guy put his finger in his mouth and did this, and he cut his own finger.
But
This guy was trying to spit his finger
so
out.
either way, it's illegal. Like either way, there's two wrongs don't make
fish
a
hook,
right.
yeah.
But you can't fish hook.
Yeah.
B, you put anything in my mouth, I'm like Andrew Frame from Shawshank. My jaw's
Can you
gonna clench
imagine?
down, Daddy.
Yeah.
You put them.
But he got a point taken away. But luckily he won.
He won the fight. Oh, who gives a fuck then? As long as you won. If you would have lost because of that.
Yeah, for sure. This is Patty Pimblett. He mentioned how he was really bothered by the fact that Joe Rogan said that he didn't win that fight against Jared Gordon. And then he even said that when he watched the fight back, like immediately he thought he won for like no problem.
Most guys do.
Yeah, but when he watched it back, he's like, yeah, I didn't really win this round or that round, but he still, it means that much to him to where he wants a rematch with Jared Gordon.
I doubt they do it, but let's see. He says, I've watched the fight back and I don't think it was as dominant as I thought it was straight after. If everyone wants to see it again, I don't mind beating him at the end of the year. Hopefully he beats Bobby Green. Tough fight for him. Then if he wants to fight toward the back end of the year, I'm game. I don't know if the UFC does it.
Yeah, I don't know how big that fight is, but yeah.
Definitely didn't dominate. Like he thought he dominated. And Barstool being like, give him the bonus. Everyone's like, well, hey, we're just glad he got the fucked up decision.
Most people.
And then when Rogan's like, he lost that fight. Game, set, match. Rogan's, followers, whatever he says, he's their Lord and Savior. If he says anything, they're all, yeah. And so it's gay. When Rogan says you lost, dude, you'd much rather have the judges give you a loss and Rogan say you win. That's how powerful he is.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Here, Nate Diaz called out Logan Paul because Logan Paul, I guess, during the middle of the fight with Tommy Fury and
he was
Paul.
like, you're a fucking pussy and you're getting tired.
I'll play it real quick. It's very short, 9 seconds.
I mean, if you can hear me, you a bro, and you gassing out. You a hope you're family.
That's just him being passionate about his brother. Definitely don't put a mic in front of his face. The funniest part about that whole interview, you watch the whole thing, he goes, it's my brother, and I love you, man.
Yes.
And then the reporter goes, I love you. He's like, no, not you, dumbass. I don't know your name.
I love you too.
I love you too, bro.
So
You're
funny.
all.
Yeah, I had it for Thiccc.
It's all, hey, man.
It was so awkward.
And then Nate's like, right, there's a heel, and then there's the baby face. And Nate is the baby face when it comes to this because Logan and his brother represent a certain kind of fan base, right? Which is, gimmicky and entertainment. And then Nate's as real as they get. So this is on brand. Where he goes, this guy needs his ass beat. Then even if you're not a Nate Diaz fan, you're like, yeah, hell yeah, he does. Preach, brother. And he says, this guy needs his ass beat. And who let this spoiled little bitch yell obnoxious shit during the fight? Yeah, to yell that during the fight, it's like, Jesus Christ. Look at the guy's face in the back there. He's all, damn, dog. His hair's all fucked up.
That's freaking funny. I don't know if that's like, are they trying to plan something for Nate and Logan? I have no.
But Nate's it's what Conor does, what Dylan Dance does. They keep like whenever there's a big fight, like they're gonna make sure their name's in the pot. Always, it's brilliant.
And Nate's funny, dude. Yeah,
Nate, he does his thing.
This is a quick one. Jon Jones named his top 5 fighters, and tell me what you think about this.
Which is weird.
He put himself as I think number 1.
Let us tell you how good you are, John. Don't tell us. Although if you ask Jordan, he won't. I don't think he'll say it publicly, but you ask Jordan, he'll be like, "Oh, I'm the best of all time. Not even close." So this is my top 5. I would say myself, Anderson Silva, GSP, Khabib, and Jose Aldo.
And this is from MMAnews.com.
I don't have a problem with his list.
I'm just like the question I had was like,
put himself first.
Name yourself.
No, let us tell you how great you are.
Yeah.
Don't tell us how great you are. That's a Bruce Lee quote. Even though Bruce Lee never fought, still he has some good knowledge.
I heard there were some sort of fights.
Nope.
Alrighty.
Nope.
This is Jon Jones tweeting about Francis Ngannou.
I found an interview of Francis talking about how he'll forever be that undisputed champion because no one beat him. Once I saw that, my tone changed. I thought I would tell how I really felt. He did make the right decision. He left before I came back. Smart move. Yeah, I do think John beats him. But I think both guys win. I think for John to beat Ciryl Gane and reign as heavyweight champ is brilliant. I think for Francis to leave and get a Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury fight is brilliant. It worked out for both guys. This is John. I don't think I deserve any criticism. I'm here. Francis had the opportunity to face me, and he opted out of the opportunity for different reasons than fighting you, though, John. If anyone should be criticized, it's Francis. If I'm correct, he was offered the biggest contract in heavyweight history for UFC. Not biggest contract that he can make more money banking on himself, which is what he's doing. Yes. Trust me, the UFC's not paying him $30 million. He should get that. Hopefully he gets that. He didn't believe in himself. Francis didn't believe in himself. He wasn't willing to gamble on himself. That doesn't work for me. Francis left to bank on himself, to gamble on himself. I don't think Francis is scared of Jon Jones. I just think he's like, I honestly don't think he gives a fuck. I think he's like, nah, man, I want to make life-changing money over here. The UFC, I can make great money, but I'm going to have to fight John, Stipe, Aspinall. It's a tough fucking road. And I can make great money, but not fuck you money. If I just get one of these big fish, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury to jump on board, I don't have to do shit. And then I could do that. UFC wants to play hardball, not co-promote. I can do that and then jump back on over. Like, how much bigger of a fight between Jon Jones and Francis would it be if Francis goes out there, knocks Deontay Wilder the fuck out, and he goes, UFC, what's up now? A, he gets paid what he thinks he deserves, not 30 mil, not even close, but he will make a lot more money, and also that magnitude of the fight. So if Jon goes out there, mollywops Ciryl Gane. Francis goes out, middle this year, late fourth quarter, or I'm sorry, early fourth quarter this year, knocks out Deontay Wilder. And then they renegotiate a contract, and then you get the fight for official baddest man on the planet. Because then it's like, maybe Francis is the baddest man on the planet. He just knocked out Deontay Wilder in boxing, and Jon just beat Ciryl Gane. That fight, dude, biggest of all time.
Yeah.
There you have it.
There you have it. We talked about this on Fight Companion, but so there's apparently a script for the Jake Paul.
When the hate doesn't work, they start to tell lies.
And in the script is like a whole thing with whatever.
I saw that bullshit script.
But at the end of the script, basically Jake Paul wins. Yeah. So there's a pretty obvious reason, like, people should not believe in this stupid conspiracy.
No, he got like two, and Mike Perry posted, got like 2 million views. It's so stupid. People are just sheeps, man. They just hate, they hate that Jake's doing this and he's stepping outside the box and he's risking his career, and he's risking his everything. Yeah. People hate that. It triggers people. So this has to be fake,
Yeah. Anyways, this is proven wrong, obviously. This is okay. Speaking of fake, I saw this interview with Rampage, and this is on. Hold on. Chris Van Vliet, his channel. I'll play real quick.
Fake fights, man. I know that.
In UFC?
No, never. I never
not in
seen a fake fight in
UFC.
UFC.
Not a chance.
Pride?
He's talking about Pride. Yeah.
Make money on the money.
It's just
line?
entertainment. Pride was all about entertainment. A lot of those Japanese fighters, they were pro wrestlers.
Yeah.
So some of those fights was fake, right? And I've seen people, I've seen them hit each other for real, but it's a fake fight. I've seen it. And fighters, like, we're a different breed. Like, people don't understand this. Say me and you fighting, and you say, listen, Rampage, I'm giving you $10 million to take a dive. You gotta look good though. I gotta really hit you. I get hit all the time. Okay. And then you know that you're gonna hit me. I know that you're gonna hit me, but you know you're gonna knock me the fuck out. See, I'm thinking I'm just gonna get hit, then I gotta fall down. Boxers do this all the time. I know that there's been.
They put that clip of Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley, which
Just
I don't
straight
know.
up fucking.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're doing there, but So
atomic bomb to the face.
We've heard from before, like, Pride FC does a lot of shady stuff.
Pride back in the day, yeah,
did.
100%. UFC is not faking any fucking.
Why would they risk
facet.
it? Yeah.
No, it's so stupid.
We kind of knew this already, but Khamzat's coach says his next fight's gonna be
Whitaker.
middleweight.
Whitaker, give me Khamzat Whitaker. That thing makes my dick so frosty. If it's Khamzat Whitaker, oh my god!
Have you seen how Whitaker
shrimp on the Barbie, dude? And by Barbie, I mean this giant dick. Khamzat Whitaker is the fucking fight of the ages. Yeah. Khamzat's so fucking scary.
He is, and then even Whitaker was like, just when they asked him about the fight, you can even see in his eyes, like,
Whitaker's like, I mean, yeah,
I'll take it. Yeah,
fuck yeah.
He was, before he's like, he's so huge. He's like crazy big.
Yeah. Ain't nobody want it. I think, hot take, I think Khamzat's the scariest fighter to ever compete in the UFC. Hands down. Why can't he get a fight? Why can't he get a... Name the last guy in 2 weight divisions who can't book a fight. Name one. Like, straight up can't book a fight. Where under the radar, which I know for a fact is happening, they're like, unheard. I've never heard of that happening, ever. I know guys where they want a title shot now from a contender. Like, no, give me the title shot. Not because they're scared, because they just want the title shot. I've never heard of anybody in top 5, turning down another man ever. It's insane.
Yeah, Hamza's
Check out the
explosion
balls
was
on
crazy.
Gilbert Burns.
I know he went from all the way to
big
Gilbert.
fucking acai balls. Ain't nobody want that. You don't want them problems. Think about his last fight. They had to switch the guy on a day's notice to take Kevin Holland. So much of a badass Kevin Holland is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the only guy that I remember being scary, but not because he was in a
Fedor?
No. Husamar Paris, because he would not stop.
He'd
would
rip
not
your
stop.
fucking ankle off.
That's the only person I could
So he
think of.
fought Nate Marquardt, my boy, Nate the Great.
And freaking Alan Belcher.
Nate wants you to know he not gay Marquardt, okay? Boy.
That was disappointing.
Boy, that was so disappointing.
Yeah.
That's my guy. I was all,
I know.
man.
He doubled,
you're
tripled
off
down.
on this, bro.
Yeah, that was tough. So Dana White, in this article, MMA Mania, Dana White's open to Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski, the rematch.
But they both have to win their next fights.
Yeah. So, and he says Yair has to get the opportunity.
Yeah.
So once Yair wins, once Yair fights, and whoever the winner is, then the
Ain't
rematch
nobody
can
beating
happen.
Volkanovski at that weight class. Not happening.
Yeah,
Not happening.
he's a badass for sure. So Curtis Blades,
Our boy Curtis.
yeah, he's been
just
asking
keeps doing
for
the damn thing.
He wanted Sergey Pavlovich, who's one of the scariest guys in heavyweight.
The
right now.
Russian cat just fucking everybody
Yep.
up.
And he's got him for April 22nd.
And that's
and
the
they're
main
headlining.
event?
Yep.
Headline UFC Fight Night, April 22nd.
Yep.
That's same night as our boy, Ryan Garcia.
Oh shit, yeah. But I'm sure the times will be fun.
But yeah,
right?
yeah, Ryan will fight probably after they fight. Yeah, UFC's good about that.
Yeah. Quick one here. So the whole Aljamain Sterling versus Henry Cejudo. Aljamain confirmed that they're gonna fight. I think he confirmed on this date. Hold on. Yeah, May 6th. They're not signed yet, whatever, but Aljamain confirmed. So most likely it's gonna happen. Him and Henry Cejudo. And then Sean O'Malley is obviously who they want for the backup, but Sean O'Malley says like he's gonna turn it down because
I'm rich as
he's
fuck.
rich as fuck, and also he doesn't want to go through all that crap just to make sure, just cutting all that
it's
weight.
it's on brand for Sugar, right? Like everyone knows the kid's making money, but take it from your boy. I used to joke around all the time. I'm rich as fuck. People don't like that.
He was joking around. He did.
I'm
say he was
joking around.
Yeah, I know.
But then eventually it becomes this thing.
yeah, people should just realize you're a comedian.
Yeah. Oh no free passes here.
Yeah, whatever.
He goes, this leaves me in a little position. Do I want to be a backup fighter? I could be technically if I wanted to be for this amount of money. Do I need that amount of money? Not really. I'm rich as fuck. Weird flex? No, I'm kidding. But it's just like weight cuts are hard, dude. They're very, I'm almost thinking right now, we're so far out, it's still tricky to say. I might just do a full fight camp, pretty much spar, diet, get to fight week, and then decide. Well, then you would do it, right?
I'm sure if he feels like he's good, then
Those weight
he'll probably
cuts, though,
do it.
especially for him, it is
So
a tough
light,
cut,
yeah.
and it fucks with your body. So is it worth it? I don't know what they're offering money wise, but the chance you find also is not good.
Yeah,
But man, is that opportunity because Aljamain's been on and off with his injuries. Henry Cejudo has been out
Coming
a while.
back, yeah.
The probability of you fighting is better than most fights.
This reminds me. So I remember you tried to cut to light heavyweight at one point, right?
I get on 222.
222. So do you remember how your strength was and your cardio and all that stuff?
My cardio was fucking sick with it. I always had good cardio, and then I cut weight. I just train nonstop.
Wow.
Wasn't that tough for me at all. But those guys are different. Like I'm also coming from a heavyweight down to 205. For Sean, he's thin already, so he's cutting.
he's so
he's
thin.
getting to like the straight nutrients. I could use a little weight cut, right?
I was thinking more of the whole Jon Jones going up and going down. That's why I asked you that question about.
That's the other thing. Some guys just look better because they're not depleting their body of nutrients and stuff. So John could look technically better. But we've seen guys like, Luke Rockhold goes up and they look really slow. I don't think John's doing that. Especially he's done it the right way. He's had time to do it. It's not like this random inclination.
years, yeah.
It's 3 years in
Yeah.
the making. So I think he'll be all right.
Do you remember your strength though when you were down at 220?
Yeah, I felt good.
Wow. That is cool. This is a bout announcement. Mackenzie Dern versus Angela Hill.
Love that fight.
Yeah, that's May 13th.
Dern needs to win.
And then also Edmund Shabazian versus Anthony Hernandez. And I had to go look back at their records. So
Shabazian won his last one.
Yep,
And
last
so
one-
did
last one.
Hernandez won too, right?
Hernandez won 3 in a row.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great fight.
And then, so
You
remember,
hope Shabazian figures it out. He's such a stud.
it seems like he is starting to figure it out now. So William Knight, remember the gigantic buff
Too jacked.
dude? Yeah, crazy jacked.
Body like Tarzan, mind like Jane, right?
For that fight.
Yeah,
for that one fight that he had. So apparently he's removed from the roster. So in this article, they're saying that he was cut, but their contracts were up anyways. So they could potentially negotiate another contract, but for now, he's not part of the UFC anymore. Him and Jordan Wright.
Is he going to go into bodybuilding? He's jacked.
So jacked.
Look at that ad on the right. Healthy, real hydration.
And it's almost the same
Emphasis on
pose.
healthy. And it's just this.
I know.
Thick girl, not like fun thick. That's insane.
That is
That's
insane.
society
And
in
the
a nutshell.
pose is the same too.
G fit. Check out this fat chick.
Okay.
I was even trying to rap there.
This is Chris Curtis getting upset
He's
about...
a good follow. He's a good follow. Curtis is a good follow.
He's going to fight Gastelum, but he was upset that he was not on the main card, and he's basically talking smack on Raul Rosas Jr., who's the next big thing.
That's how it goes, though, right? So is Curtis the action man? Does he deserve to be ahead of him? 100%. And the kid's 18. But the UFC's, it's a bottom line. Like, more people want to tune and see this young kid. The UFC's
Everyone's
like, sorry,
hyped for
dude.
him,
Yeah. It sucks. Yeah. The pecking order's all disaligned. It's, Twitter followers and TikTok and Nintendo gloves,
But the thing that was kind of odd here is like he calls it bounce from the main card for a child.
It is a child. Not gonna lie, that bout order is completely fucked. One of the best cards of the year, and I get bounced from the main card for a child. I fought on short notice, have taken on whoever, and gone 4-1 to get ranked, and I got bounced for a kid with one fight. Yeah, I'm salty as fuck. He should be. Let me see the rest of the card. Mm-hmm. Who else could they bounce? You're not gonna bounce Holland. You're not gonna bounce Font.
No, and Yanez,
my boy
hell no.
Adrian Yanez.
Hell yeah.
Yanez has champion written all over him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see why the UFC did it. I mean, but also, it's not a terrible thing to be on the prelims. You look who else is on there.
Barnett too, man.
But our boy, the thick boy himself, Beast Boy Barnett's on there against Chase Sherman. Michelle Watterson, ever heard of her? Mm-hmm. Dime piece fighter. You got Michael Chiesa versus Lee, the Leech.
Yep.
And then you got Kelvin Gastelum.
That's a great prelim.
That's the best prelim I've ever heard of. He's main eventing that. They have Mershart, Calvillo's on there. This card's stacked. That's the problem. Why does that bottom one look like a mugshot of Hughes? See the very bottom right? That's a mugshot. Can we get a fucking fighter profile? It's a mugshot.
Oh my gosh.
That card is tasty, Daddy. God,
card.
Dog. That's better than UFC 285. My God.
Definitely stacked.
My lordy lord. Font Yanez, definitely fight of the night.
Oh, can't wait for that one.
That's a good fight.
Yeah. Shout out to Adrian.
Yeah, that's our boy.
Hell yeah. This is King Velasquez. He's been, I guess he's on, I don't know what it's called, just some sort of release
Parole.
right now. Parole. I guess
Bail, posted bail, so he's probably on parole, right?
So he's been training at AKA, teaching people there as well. And then he just posted this recently.
He put, I am back on social media, and I would like to thank everyone for your words of inspiration. Thank you for lifting my family and I through the difficulties of life's darkest times. Boy, those times are dark for him right now.
Super dark.
These difficult times will pass and will forever influence us, but nothing will ever break our spirits. I love and appreciate you all. Forever growth in a direction for the better.
That was nice to see.
Yeah, thank God he's at least on parole.
Mm-hmm. Also, the whole thing with Islam Makhachev and the IV stuff or whatever. So I guess this is from the Fight Mafia. He was apparently the most tested fighter in the UFC in 2022. Oh, wait, hold on. Up the other. In 2023? I think it might be 2022 carrying over.
I think, 2023. So the start of 2023.
But
so the fight was in February. Mm-hmm. He's been tested 8 times. The most UFC fighter. Here's the thing. Back to that quote. Once the hate doesn't work, they tell lies. So that IV, right? These people were so upset that Volkanovski didn't win. I thought he won the fight. But whatever, I'm not going to make shit up. I get how you can give it to Makhachev. Not a big deal. All good. Well, he used an IV. That's not true.
Unless we have like actual proof, then it's kind of tough to say that.
Even if it's true, under the rules, he was allowed to. Okay.
No. So in Australian commission, remember they're
that's right.
To, yeah,
okay.
Not allowed to.
Well, maybe.
But who knows what happened? I don't know. There's no definitive proof, so you can't prove someone wrong if you
He
have
beat
no
him in
proof.
5 rounds. Everyone needs to get over it. I'm salty too. What the fuck is
This is from the same thing. I just saw this. I thought it was funny. So this is Lana Rhodes. You know, she was dating that Mike
I'm very
guy.
familiar with her, dude. What about her?
So I don't know when this was taken, but it says she goes taking applications for my 2022 roster, and then Dylan Dennis. I don't know how real this is. I just saw this on
She put application
denied. So I thought that was
Yeah, she's
kinda
a
funny.
super baddie.
yeah. And I think this is the last one. I saw this. So basically, Hakkasan nightclub in Las Vegas. This is going to be Jon Jones's after party.
Ooh, that
Saturday,
thing's
March
gonna
4th.
be lit.
I just feel like how crazy this is.
What
gonna
is this
be.
the plot of is this the script for Hangover 4, Daddy?
I know, dude.
This thing's gonna be litty like a titty. Bro, little booger sugar, a celebration 3-year
Dude.
layoff, some strippers.
If he wins,
few
oh my
walls, some Bentleys. Dude, that the Vegas would be fucking lit.
Yeah. I don't know why this made
He's
me
gonna be
laugh.
like the Joker hanging out the window, just fucking it's gonna be great.
Yeah. Hopefully
that it?
everything's cool though. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have.
All right, kids. Well, freaking enjoy UFC 285 this weekend. You've earned it, man. If you got through that last fight card and you got through some other bullshit in the pre-card for the Jake Paul, Tommy Fury fight, you've earned this one, fam. So you have UFC 285, which is stacked to the freaking gills. You have Jon Jones, Ciryl Gane, Shevchenko, Alexa Grasso. You have Neil, Shav Cat, the Rat Man. You got Gamrot, Jalen Turner, Bo Nickel, Jamie Pickett, about to get annihilated. You got Cody Garbrandt, Derek Brunson, Duplessis, Trevin Jones, Julian Marquez, Ian Gary, Jessica Pena. Man, this thing is stacked, fam. So enjoy your fights. Come watch it with the crew. Special Cobb-Ass Fight Companion, Saturday, 7 p.m. Pacific, live on Thick Boy YouTube. We have from Bussin' with the Bros, the more handsome one. His name's Will Compton. Look him up. He's the man. You also have Jelly Roll. Ever heard of him? #1 song in country. Kind of a big deal. Big man, big heart, big lover, big hugs. You got Rampage Jackson, MVP of Companion so far, and myself. That's going down live, 7 p.m. Pacific, Thick Boy YouTube. Brea is this Friday. Brea Improv, 2 shows, almost sold out. Let's sell these bitches out. Brea Improv this mother trucking Friday. Your boy, it's a tour day. It's not a Schaub and Friends, but I will have some special guests there. It's it's the Oh He Thick Tour. It's coming to Brea, California this Friday. And then next week, Oklahoma City. That is March 9th through the 11th. Bricktown Comedy Club, one of my favorites. Definitely won't go to the bomb site. That bummed me out last time. But Oklahoma City, Oklahoma is Bricktown Comedy Club, March 9th through the 11th. Then I end March in Tacoma, Washington, March 23rd through 25th. Tickets for my Europe, UK tour. Chin may or may not be there. We're trying to figure it out. But it starts in Belfast. Belfast, June 15th. Glasgow, June 17th. Manchester, June 18th. London, June 22nd. Cardiff, June 23rd. Then I end in my favorite place I've ever done stand-up, Dublin, Ireland, June 25th. 1 show in each freaking city. It's a theater tour, baby. Get your tickets right now. London's almost sold out, I think. Get your tickets right now at thickboy.com. All right? Enjoy the fights. The Fight Companion for Tommy Fury, Jake Paul is available right now on Spotify, iTunes, Apple, and YouTube if you want to watch it. That's with the one and only Ryan Garcia, who's a huge fight coming up April 22nd against Gervonta Tank Davis. You have Harry Mandel on there and also Adam Ray. It's a fun one. Go watch it. Go listen to it right now. It's available for you guys. Also, my boy Little Brows and Austin just dropped their new album. It's their first collab album ever together. I think it's called Late to the Party. It's on Spotify right now and iTunes. It is pure fire. You've heard me bump their music. They have that song, Arizona. They have a bunch of other music on there. These guys are crushing it. Go get it right now. It's available on iTunes and Spotify. It's already over 1 million streams on Spotify alone. They're crushing it. So go download that if you need some new tunes for this week. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. That's it. Be nice to each other. Stay safe. Love you guys. Till next time. See you Saturday at the Fight Companion live on YouTube. And then I also see you Brea this Friday. 2 shows. I'm out.